In the previous 2 lectures, I shared with you the essence of marriage. Marriage, from the beginning, is not the sublimation of love, but a social contract formed to solve the game between men and women in investing in offspring. This game is one of the prisoner's dilemmas that I mentioned earlier. Since the interests of individuals and groups conflict, there will be betrayal in this game. Whether it is male infidelity or female extramarital affairs, it is a destruction of the marriage contract. Therefore, to maintain marriage, we must detect whether there is betrayal of the contract. Not only marriage, but any form of cooperation, whether legally protected or privately promised, has the possibility of betrayal. Therefore, how to detect betrayal has become the key to whether cooperation can proceed. So, in today's lecture, I will focus on lying. Exposing the traces of lies. Both humans and animals lie. For example, in the animal kingdom, the dead leaf butterfly and the stick insect disguise themselves as leaves and branches to tell predators a wrong message: I am just a withered leaf, not a delicious butterfly. So how do we detect whether someone is lying? For humans, there are multiple clues to detect whether someone is lying. Some of these clues are easy for liars to control, while others are difficult. First, let's talk about the easiest to control, which is our language. We can say whatever we want to say, so it is difficult to infer whether it is a lie based on the logic of our words or the consistency before and after. The second is relatively easy to control, which is our facial expressions. We can pretend to have a joyful smile or a sad expression, but we are not professional actors, so the expressions we fake are always a bit less convincing. The most difficult to control are the voice clues that accompany our language, such as the high and low pitch of our voice and the speed of our speech. Because these voice clues are usually not under our conscious control. The third, and most difficult to control, is our body posture or movements, because we usually do not pay attention to the placement of our hands and feet. In the process of lying, we usually use the part that we can control the most to lie, such as language, and we are less likely to control the more difficult parts, such as our body, which is the easiest to detect whether we are lying. Are you a lie detector expert? So how do we do it? Let's take a little test to see how good you are at detecting lies. Please tell me, which of the following 4 behaviors indicates that someone is lying? A. They blink their eyes constantly while speaking. B. They dare not look directly at you and often stare at other places. C. They smile much less than usual when talking to you. D. They constantly change their body posture while speaking. So, which one or ones do you think indicate that someone is lying? Do you think all of these could be signs of lying? Now I will reveal the answer. The answer is that only when they blink their eyes constantly, it indicates that they may be lying. The other 3 behaviors, such as rarely looking directly into your eyes and looking at other places, smiling less than usual, and constantly changing body posture while speaking, are actually unrelated to lying because there is no valid data to prove the relationship between these behaviors and lying. Research has shown that our confidence in successfully detecting lies is over 90%. However, our success rate in detecting lies is not significantly different from the random level. In other words, trying to judge whether someone is lying based on your experience and reasoning is basically no different from flipping a coin. Why are we bad lie detectors? So why is our ability to detect lies so poor? There are 3 reasons. First, in our daily communication, the vast majority of the information we get is true, and encountering lies is very rare, so our premise is that others are telling the truth, not lies. Detecting lies is like airport security checks. The vast majority of items are safe, and 99.99% of passengers are law-abiding. Based on this inertia, it is very difficult to find dangerous goods. Then you might say, okay, I'll change my premise and assume that every word everyone says is a lie. Not to mention that if you do this, you will soon become suspicious and even paranoid. Even if you do this, your assumption is difficult to obtain real feedback and verification. For example, you ask your friend, "Why didn't you answer my call last night?" He says, "Sorry, I wasn't feeling well, so I went to bed early and turned off my phone." In this case, even if you suspect him, you may never know whether he went out to fool around last night or really didn't feel well and went to bed early. This is the second reason why our lie detection ability is poor, that is, our detection rarely gets real feedback and verification. The third and most important reason is that when we detect lies, we usually focus on the wrong information. For example, you ask two friends for help, and both of them smile and say no problem. But one is really smiling, indicating that he sincerely wants to help, while the other is just pretending to smile and is perfunctory. How do you judge whether the smile is genuine or fake? Our usual focus is whether the corners of the mouth are turned up. However, this information is particularly easy to fake. For example, you can easily lift the corners of your mouth right now. To verify whether someone is really smiling, you need to look at the corners of their eyes. If there are wrinkles around the corners of their eyes, it means they are really smiling. In contrast, when fake smiling, there is no obvious change in the corners of the eyes. Of course, observing the corners of the mouth is also possible, but it is more difficult. The difference between a real smile and a fake smile lies in whether the two corners of the mouth that are lifted up are symmetrical. When fake smiling, the degree of lifting of the corners of the mouth is different and asymmetrical, while when really smiling, the corners of the mouth are symmetrical. Therefore, based on our preconceptions about the truth of information, lack of real feedback and verification, and focusing on the wrong clues, our ability to detect lies is very poor.